Hello folks, Boyd Brew here and Aaron the Pills. Today we would like you to tell you about our predictions for the archetypes in upcoming standard season, so post-rotation, forecasting with the new sets and what the future holds. Basically, what's a lot on our mind is the fact that the Red X vehicle deck might be a real thing. It does um, rise up similar feelings. Well, raise up similar feelings, like with the Eldrazi Menace last winter in all formats. So this deck is unlikely to transition into Eternal formats, but we will see. Basically, you have a lot of flexible powerhouses like the Red Hulk and Chandra, and then you can have a lot of cheap interesting creatures to crew up your vehicles. Of course, console flagship is just a crazy card, but then you have other pretty spicy vehicle rares as well. And yeah, this might be a good home for PNLR actually, in addition to Dipala. So one of the reasons to actually go into white, plus that's white wild cattle basically. I'm not sure what other pieces must be on this deck. Probably the 2 mana creature removal at instant speed as well, the new one. But these cards probably should be in this deck if you're going the red-white route. You might go for a different second color, but you're probably based red because, well, um, just red is getting a huge boost, I think. Maybe the 3 mana Helion, the 4/4 haste guy, also belongs to the deck, but then you have to kind of put in some energy counters producers. So this was the first big prediction. Moving on to number 2. It concerns removals. And basically, in the world where vehicles deck will likely be a thing, you would need to be careful about instant speed removals because all those artifact creatures are not actually animated on your turn, most likely, and they just become simple artifacts back again. So instant removals will be actually quite important, and you have a lot of options in different colors, including that 2 mana red removal. And it's not only about instant speed answers, but different other spells will become better or more um, demanded. So we're losing language out of Magic Origin, so planar bursts will likely be the mass removal to go for. Um, Plus, you still have Radiant Flames and Kozilek's Return from red, but that's just for smaller creatures. So unless we will see in the coming week something else, so Planar Abyss will likely be the card to go for. And if there won't be a big minus spell, especially Master Removal, then as a coincidence, Selfless Split becomes better because you can also play Outburst in the same deck with the Spirits, so you can go kind of mid-rangey, controlish route with the Spirits deck. Decollation Stone, it's just a good cheap targeted removal, and the downside that it's sorcery, but then again, because one of our predictions is that Black-Green will become a better deck after rotation, even after losing language. So, for example, exiling tokens from Mishkana is a big thing, for example, or fighting against green-white tokens, because I think it's still a deck. So it's not a prediction for this list, but this list is not supposed to be complete, so there are a few things that also will be a big factor in the new season. And then Escalade's spells will be probably much better and more demanded. We have seen collective brutality actually see some light in modern and absent mid-range decks at the World Championship, so there is that. And we've seen a lot of wonders done by the red 3 mana Escalade spell as well. And I think actually now with vehicles beatdown, the white rare Escalade card probably will see more play as well. Number 3 is just all the other spells and some other cards. So I've been talking about removal, so it also concerns Ruinous Path as a good answer to planeswalkers and creatures, because Nissa and Chanda will be everywhere. Of course, more instant answers, not just removals, but cards like Nebulous of Frost. But then we have to talk about cards like Painful Truths, for example. We're losing Read the Bones from Origins, and then Black will need some card advantage. So maybe the Grixis with Goblin Dark Dwellers will be less prevalent, and so Truths is still with us, so it's just worth to mention it because it's a powerful card and it stays with us, and multicolored control decks will likely feature it still. Then all the emerge stuff, so things like Elder Deep Wind will be even more prevalent, especially if we get this new baby Fractusk, the 3 mana 2/2 what was it, Fox or Lynx or something like that. So the free generic 2/2 comes in, gain 2 life, dies, draw a card, so the Solemn Simulacrum kind of card. So that will push emerge as one of the directions in the new season. We would lose Collected Company. So if there will be a playable band deck, then the 4-drop will likely be taken by Tamiyo now after the Company is gone. But the problem is, like, Company was such a huge deal for that deck. I don't know if you can still keep the deck viable just by putting Tamiyo instead of Companies, and maybe replace Tremoka's Command with some removal. I'm not sure about that, so maybe Bant will become less of the kinda mid-range beatdown deck and become more into something different. I don't know. I kinda doubt it, because Tamiyo is best with the tempo deck like Band Company, so it's hard to say what will happen. But it's definitely something that will be on people's radar when they will start building decks in that color combination. And previously Tamiyo was just in the sideboards like 1-2 copies, so now it's probably will move to main deck, and we'll see what will become of all those Sylvan Advocates types of decks outside of Black-Green Delirium. Number 4 is the combo decks. Basically, I feel like the Displacer's Cutthroat Brood Monitor combo deck is still alive, and I will have to test it out. I don't want to discard it just right off, because it's still available to us. I don't know if it will be good. The problem, again, the loss of the Collected Company. Then the blue-black focused zombies graveyard deck is also a thing, with the Pariah and all the madness and discarding and graveyard shenanigans. So I feel like it will be a pretty powerful deck. It was still quite powerful deck before rotation. Now it might even get better. But the problem for Abzan or Black-Green combo decks or Aristocrat style decks will be that how do you replace Company? So okay, like, there's Eldritch Evolution, but is it good enough? Will it actually help? The absent colored version will actually maybe real like evolution, because you can eat some one drop and get a displacer. You can eat a 4 drop and get brood monitor, but it's hard to find actually available 4 drops. But then again, we're not really thinking so much about the 3 or less convert mana cost for creatures with company gone from the format. Grapple with the past doesn't really benefit aristocrats that much. It benefits zombies, but not the actual combo decks. You still have Traverse, but Delirium will be hard to get active in aristocrat style decks. We still have Recruiter and lots of ramping and an acceleration to activate it a bunch of times, but that's still like not putting stuff into play. That's just putting them to hand, and it's not really controllable, unlike Evolution or Traverse. So there is that. And then of course Black-Green Delirium deck, and here's just a quick comparison between the tools available for Black-Green Delirium and Aristocrat. So some of the cards were on the previous slide, and now we see the staples or the deck defining cards like Emrakul, Green Flare, Liliana, the Last Hope, and then unlike Grapple, perhaps Vessel is a bit better for the Aristocrat stacks, though it's still like not that great, and then the deck doesn't really benefit from putting stuff into graveyard, but this card digs for 4 instead of 3, but it's enchantment, that's not instant speed. It essentially costs us 3 mana if we want to do it in 1 turn, but this gives us an additional 1 drop on the other hand, in addition to Loam Dryad. So we have the acceleration and ramping with Dryads and Creep to Life Rides, etc. We have good card advantage engines like Tireless Tracker and Mysteries, which is of course likely just a sideboard card, but still it's good to mention it because we're losing Evolutionary Leap from the sideboard as an option for grinding matchups where we just need to outvalue your opponent, and when they run out of answers or steam, we just go heavy onto assembling the combo. So there's that. So here you have it, our 5 predictions for a new standard season with Kaladesh. Let me know what if there is something I left out that you would want to hear about or want to discuss about, and perhaps I can cover it in the other episode, in the other video. So thanks for watching. Until the next sale, goodbye folks.